Hello, welcome to this new video tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how you can connect C++ to MySQL using vscode. So in the first tutorial, I'll show you how you could compile a C++ program in vscode using MySQL Visual Studio Compiler. Now we have to push further and be able to connect to the database. So as a prerequisite, you should have VS Code installed, and then you also have MySQL through XAMPP bundle or standalone versions installed. And right now what we have a versions of MySQL installed under XAMPP and running under this port. Then the next thing that we already had this one installed in the previous tutorial, the compiler. And then the next thing that we have to get is the MySQL Connector C++. And because we have these versions here, I've tested with these versions of MSVC compiler. When we have 2022, then the versions that I recommend will be 8.40 for the 64 versions bit. And they also have Boost available. So in case you have the antivirus, some antivirus are very will not allow you to execute the build.exe file from the CPP. So I will ask you to disable it for now. So then what we have to do is first to come here real time and turn off our antivirus. For we just turn it for some time. Then next thing that we have to do will be to download this connector. In order to download the connector, you need to come here and type cpp, or the hot one here, cpp MySQL Connector cpp, and then we will come here. Then we can go to the archives, select the operating system that we have is Microsoft Windows, and then here we can come and select 8.40, and now we can download the archives. We download it, we are going to download it, unzip it and put it in this directory. Same thing with Boost, cpp Boost. If we type cpp Boost, it will be forwarded to, you are going to get this result. We go to Boost C++ library website, that's www.boost.org. If we go here, we come to the release. In the release here, we can download this zip file here from the Windows operating system. So once it's downloaded, it will take some time. Same thing, we are going to put it here. So we put it here. So if we go back here on this one available, then we can open our VS Code. This is where our development will start. And then we can open a new folder that we call test connect 07 08, whatever. I will call it test connect 08. We go inside, and also here we have these extensions that we install in the other tutorial that I showed before. We can see that we are connected to our MySQL instance, and then we have the database here. This is a database, that sample database, and inside the sample database we have here inside the test, here is the test database, and inside that one we have the sample table with some rows inside. But this one is not mandatory. You can keep it here and start your PHP MyAdmin, go here and see the content of your database. So that was just to show you. Then now we are going to create a CPP file called testconnect08.cpp. once that one is connected, we can now come to select terminal, configure default build task. This one is going to generate a default task.json file, and here we are presented with different compiler that we have in our system. You can see the first one is for the Java, and the second one here is the cl.exe, which is the one from MSVC that we installed in the previous tutorial, and we also have like G++ and so on, but we need the second one here from the cl.exe. So we select that one, and this one is going to present us with this default configurations file. We need to customize it. So starting with this one, we replace the command here with the cmd. Then below here, then we are going to add here c small c. Then the next thing that we have to do is to specify the locations of our vs dev cmd. So I'm coming back to that. So we are setting this is the directions of our build tools. This is the build tool, and we are specifying the directions to this file here, that you can also see it if we come C++ here, Microsoft program file, Microsoft Visual Studio 22 build cmd command 7 build tools, and then here you can see vsdev commands. So we are pointing to this bash file here, direction to this bash file. So that's why, because it's Windows here, you are going to put backslash. Pay attention to that one. And then here is architecture of my CPU is AMD 64. If you have Intel or whatever, you can feel free to replace this one with your right architecture options here. So, or you might need to avoid the board. I recommend adding this architecture here, then and then .clc. So, and here we have different options here. We can just align them horizontally. We have them horizontally here. We keep it as before. We keep this one as before. And then next thing that we have to do is to set the linker. And then we link this one to the library. So we bring this one, pay attention to this part here. This is link path, library path. So the library path here is going to, I will go to this one. If we go to this one and connector, lib here 64, so it's going to 64, and then we are reaching this MySQL.cpp connect lib here. So we are setting the path to this library. So we add that one. So this one is set, this one should be as before, this one as before, this one as before. The next file that we have to create here will be the c_cpp properties. This is the properties file where we are going to set .json, where we are going to set the directory to our boost file and the connector. So JSON here, actually there's a shortcut to create this one on vscode. I will not go to that one now. So then inside this one, we are going to add some default configurations. So starting with the name here, Win32, and we are going to include the path. This is our workspace, current workspace, and then this path here is the path to our boost. Our boost is here. if it is in another place, feel free to put it to set that locations there, and here we add this one to forward slash. So same thing like this one, you are going to add the direction to the include folder, and then same as before, then we are going to set the compiler path. This is my compiler path, yours will be different, so feel free to check especially these versions that you have here for your case, and here you put only one forward slash, then the C11 and the C++17 standards. So we set this one. Now the next thing that we have to do once that one is done now is to start with our C++ code. So this one now we start with the headers. These are the headers that we will use in our programs. Then we need this one now. We just need this, and then we need to have everything inside the try catch to handle the exceptions. Catch. So here is this one, what we have. So for now, this is what we have. So we need to initialize our driver. First we initialize our driver, then once our driver is initialized, we are going to use our driver to connect to the instance of our MySQL instance that we have. If you have it locally, we use 127.0.0.1, and the port is this port number that you currently have is running under this port. If you have a different port, feel free to add that port that you have. Then this is the username, and then the admin here, there's no admin password, so it's empty. Then now we need to select the database. We need to use our connections that we created here now to select a specific database. We want to connect to this test database here. In your case, it might be a different database. So then once that one is done, we need to create a statement. We need to create a statement. Once the statement is created now, what we are going to do is to execute some queries. So we check if our sample database, sample table, exists. If it doesn't exist, we create it. And then now we are going to insert the ID and the name. So this is the ID and the name that we have. So we insert that one. Currently now we have, what do we have inside? You have 3 rows, and then now we are going to insert the 4th row. So it looks again something like this one, and then now we need to read the data that we just inserted. So we just execute the select query, and then return is a result set. And now using while loop, we can try to go through all the result sets and display them line by line for each row. Then after that, we need to add something in our exception, cache our exceptions when some display something when exception is raised. So then we have return integer, so we are going to return 0. So we have this one now. We can select now a terminal and then go back to this one. Before going to this one, we need to put our DLL in the current directory where our C++ is. So we can come here to this library here, then take this 2DLL, take this 2DLL here, very important, and put it here. In the next tutorial, I will show you how we can modify our configurations file, but for now we can just do it manually and then put it here. So we just put this one here, so when it's searching that one, is going to load it directly from the current location. So now you select these options here. These options here is coming from these extensions, as I show you in the other tutorial. When you install these extensions here, you will have the possibility to run your C++ from this icon here. So then if we run it up fully now, everything should be okay. Okay, it's not running, it's terminated. Why is it terminating? Include no such file exists. Okay. Why, if we go include no such file exists, okay, then we are missing the path to this directory. If we go here, I can see that we miss here to include again the directions to our include. So if we go here, we go back here, we have this include. We actually that is located here in the GDBC MySQL driver. So that's what that is missing here. Then in order to do that, we need to come here and add include that one here. So here is that. Now we need to stop everything. We need to stop everything again. It's not detected. It should be detected by now. If we save this one, and run it again, okay, congratulations here. So we can see that we have successfully retrieved the 4 rows that were available in our table here. So congratulations if you reach this level. I hope that this one has been useful to you. Stay tuned for the next tutorial. Bye.